Good morning, Trojans. Thanks for tuning in. This is our Diving Deeper for today. I'm Maria Carter-Ewald, the Community Relations and Rec Director for Whitmer Lake Public Schools. I'm really excited today. I am joined by these two wonderful ladies. We have Kathy Schneider. She's the elementary teacher here at Whitmer Lake Elementary School, and then Lindsay Collins, the parent and president of the PTO for Whitmer Lake Public Schools. Today, we're just going to dive a little deeper, as the title says, into parent involvement. Typically with our Facebook Lives, if you guys have any questions, comments, we'd really love, you guys to kind of be a part of this conversation we're having today. So go ahead and leave those in the comments below. Also, let us know you're tuning in. Say hi. Let us know there's people out there. And just as a reminder, this is our Diving Deeper segment. We've been doing that's kind of new for the school year, a blog and a video series of just kind of looking at aspects of education at Whitmer Lake Public Schools in just a little bit of a different way. So let's get started. I'll have you guys introduce yourself. Kathy, give us a little idea who you are.
Well, I was a former student at Whitmer Lake. I went kindergarten through 12th grade, graduated from here. I grew up in the community. This is home for me. I have been teaching here since 1987, and I am thrilled to still be a Trojan and be part of this community.
And what grade are you currently teaching?
I teach 2nd grade, and I have also taught 1st grade and 4th grade.
Okay, fantastic. And you, Lindsay?
Well, I'm Lindsay Collins. I have two sons. One's in 1st grade and one's in 3rd grade, and we've lived in Whitmore Lake for 8 years, and we love the schools and we love the community.
Fantastic.
So I'm excited to be here.
Yay. All right, so I think we'll just kind of dive. No, I have to stop saying dive because it's just too punny for the title. But just kind of start identifying what would you guys say is successful parent involvement? What does that look like?
Successful parent involvement to me is when parents are, they can be involved either actually in the school, volunteering in the classroom, volunteering in the library, working events, coaching is another big one that parents do. But it also can be things such as just being aware of what's going on, making sure they're checking blog pages, or if teachers have a interactive space that they're using. Many different teachers, they have different programs that they're using to interact with parents. Those kinds of things, doing homework, reading the notes that come home, that's all part of being an involved parent.
I think when people think of parent involvement, and I almost kind of struggled with the title of the topic, it's almost like parent-school partnership, I would say more. It's not like just being in the classroom, being in our buildings. It's more of interacting with like your child's education in some capacity. Would you agree, Lindsay?
Oh, yeah. I think I know a lot of people work, and it's hard to be at the school during school hours. PTO is a good way, but some people don't want to be, they don't want to do that. But so I think, emailing your teacher and having an open line of communication with your teacher and knowing what's happening in the school so that you can talk to your child about it. Because, my kids come home and I'm like, how was school? Great. And you get nothing else. So, having a communication with the teacher is really important just to stay involved.
Also, at conferences, which happened here at the elementary school this week, every family was asked to sign a parent, teacher, student compact, which is, I always tell them it's kind of like a triangle, and we help support, and it takes all of us to make this happen, and that's that parent involvement, both with their child and with their child's teacher. It's really critical.
Right, carrying over what they have at school and what they're learning at school, carrying that over and doing those things and implementing those plans at home.
And also say, like, outside of just the immediate teacher-parent relationship for the child's education, like a parent-district relationship, too, in terms of, like, being aware what's happening as a school district, kind of advocating, supporting.
Yes, being attending a school board meeting and knowing what they're talking about and what their concerns are, and if you have concerns, you can always tell them too.
Okay.
And although some people are a little fearful to attend meetings, PTO is fabulous. I am the teacher liaison for PTO, and we promise that if you come to a meeting, we won't rope you in and make you do something.
No.
If you don't want to, just come and hear what we have to say.
You don't even have to talk. But I have met a lot of friends, close friends of mine, just by being in the PTO and, making new friends. It's hard to make friends as an adult. and, you know, getting out there.
Well, and another thing that I notice about all of those things is it really strengthens parents' parenting skills. By being here at school and interacting with other parents, you get ideas. You realize that you're not alone out there with the struggles of parenthood. Everyone deals with different issues, and there's always someone out there who shares that with you. And coming to school and interacting gives you a chance to verbalize that and find some support.
Definitely. So there's a lot of research out there in terms of the positive impact that a stronger connection between parent, teacher, parent, school has. What would you say are some of those?
Some of the main ones, one of the biggest ones is research shows that parents who are involved, their children score higher in school, get better grades, they are more socially appropriate and have stronger social skills. It also shows that their homework is much improved. The parents learn a great deal more about the programs and what's going on, and they can give feedback to the school. So those are all really important things. Parents often have a really big impact on schools, and they can give suggestions when they're here and see what's going on. They see what our needs are, and it's really helpful to us.
Mm-hmm. And how about from the parent perspective, would you say, Lindsay? What are some of the positive impacts you see?
You know, I feel like I'm like a partner in my kids' education, not just like I'm their mom and I send them off to school. I feel like I'm partnering with my kids' teacher, and we are, we just want them to be successful at school, and I think that's really important.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So Kathy, from the district perspective, and maybe you can speak just to the elementary, but what do you think are some things that the school district does to encourage parent involvement?
Well, I think that here at the elementary, our PTO is very strong. I think that there are often opportunities for parents to volunteer at evening activities or just come and attend our evening activities. We have one coming up this week, Fall into Fun Fest, and it is a great chance for you just to come in and interact with the teachers, the other parents, the staff here at the elementary, and we really like for you to come in, even if it's just once in a while, to volunteer, stop in, email me. That's what I always tell my parents. Keep in contact with me. I want to know what your kids are coming home and saying. I want to hear the feedback. I want to know if the kids are coming home and telling you things. I don't know that piece, and I need your support with that. And so that's really critical. So I think that all of us have ways that you can communicate with us, whether that be through email or, as I said before, another program that your teachers set up. But those kinds of interactions really support your child.
It's almost like a tone or an invitation of accessibility that needs to be there, right? So parents know that they are in fact welcome. You had a parent share a kindergarten parent, right?
She said, I said, well, what do you think is a barrier for you being able to come to the school? She said, just feeling like I can come, like it's okay, especially now with schools and security and, making sure that everybody's here that's supposed to be here. It's intimidating for parents to think, can I come in and volunteer? I don't know, so just being welcome. Like, we want you to come in here. Your teacher wants you to be there.
And I think that's fair to say that's kind of the building's attitude, right? Is please come.
Yeah, absolutely. Please come in. We will find some place to put you to good use. There's always things that we need help with, and we just really like to see you. I think that one of the things that I really try to do in my classroom is make personal connections. And I often share about my parenting frustrations. My son is a grown adult, but it is something that we have in common, and we can help one another and support each other through this. So it's a great thing, and we just have a lot of really dedicated people here.
Yeah, and I think too, like we've talked about, it's not just like getting in the building, it's providing that feedback, that line of communication on the district level too, outside of, because we're at the elementary, you guys are more at the elementary versus like middle school, high school, the same kind of goes there. Like if you have feedback, you have ideas, you have thoughts, like there's methods for you to reach out to the district. We have a really strong like Facebook, social media following. People drop, instant messages that way. That's really kind of accessible and easy. We have our district website chat function too.
Yes.
So we have people kind of online waiting to answer questions.
I know Mrs. Wanamaker does Want to Know, and we have, places where parents can come in and hear more information.
Mm-hmm. And stay connected. I think we work really hard to try to make sure parents are informed of what's happening. So the Elementary Express is a big deal at this building. At the district level, Superintendent Kaiser's, monthly Facebook Lives, his monthly
News and
blogs,
notes,
the news and notes, I think help with that too. So that's great. And I know at the high school, the teachers' websites are key. Every teacher at the high school updates their website weekly to help provide kind of what those learning objectives are, what they're doing in the classroom. So it translates from preschool all the way to 12th grade. So that's awesome that we have those kind of processes in place. So you talked a little bit about barriers that one parent said specifically. What would you say, from both your perspectives, are some barriers that parents might feel are in the way of being involved?
I think, giving a lot of notice of we're going to have a field trip in 3 weeks, so that parents who do work outside the home have time to, put in place like a request off from work so that they're able to attend, certain things, so as long as they have a lot of notice.
Right, if we can eliminate some of those barriers, and parents who work evenings, every teacher has a planning time during the day, and we are willing to meet with you at other times of the day if that is where it works for you. So we do try to make ourselves accessible, and I think that you'll often see Whitmore Lake teachers at events. We really like to come to events because we like to see what our students are doing outside of school.
Yeah. So we had a viewer, Carol Vibert, tune in. She said, love working with Miss Schneider's room when my kids were in her room, so that has to make you feel good.
It does. I have been fortunate to have all of the Vibert children, and they certainly are a favorite. I still am getting hugs on a daily basis from their children.
Great.
So.
I think also, so we had a kindergarten parent reach out prior to the broadcast with some feedback with it, which I thought was awesome, and she indicated kind of the same situation. Husband works in the evening, she has an infant at home, just kind of as a kindergarten parent, not really feeling empowered to get into the, finding ways to balance all that, and it made me think of, the PTO in particular. You guys provide childcare for school-age children.
School-age, yes, but there are plenty of people who will hold and help with your baby at our meetings.
I love babies.
She loves to hold babies. There are quite a few moms who come in with their baby, and we welcome that because we just want people to come and, not even if they, like I said, not even if you have an idea or you have anything just to sit and listen to what we are doing and, slowly become a part of that.
Yeah, and she had mentioned that she just recently moved to the area, is away from all of her family too, so kind of missing that support system. So it kind of made me think PTO might be a really good option in that case.
Like I said, I've met some really close friends just through PTO and working together, and
kind of gives you that village.
It does, and I was just going to say that when we sit at PTO, it feels more like, what you'd have for a conversation after a family potluck.
Yes.
You just kind of sit around, and it's really fantastic. Yeah.
So when are the PTO meetings?
They are usually the first Tuesday of every month. So our next one is November 6th. We meet here in the elementary school library about 5:30. There's, like I said, childcare and sometimes light refreshments.
You guys are efficient.
We are efficient. We do, we do have some formalities that we do just because we are a board, approving things and motions and stuff like that. But like I said, like Kathy said, it's just a hangout. We just chat, and
we get a lot of really great ideas.
Yes.
And, there's just always someone who comes with a new spark that gives us more energy, and things have really come a long way in the last few years with PTO. I feel like we're a really strong unit at this point, and we're happy to have more people come.
Oh yeah.
And so, as a parent that's trying to kind of navigate, okay, I want to get involved, what would be what would you recommend as that first step?
I think just letting your child teacher know And, you know, if we all get busy, if you don't hear back right away, don't hesitate to ask again. And there are always things to be done. At an elementary school, we often have, if you're not someone who can come in and volunteer, there are always things like cutting and getting materials ready. So I know that many of us send home baskets to families that want to do something but need to do it at home.
Okay.
So we're willing to do that as well.
Fantastic. And you had mentioned earlier, like, just that communication, like maybe reaching out to the principal.
Yes, you know, if there's something positive that you want to relay, like I think that we need to spread more positivity, and if there's something that your teacher is doing that's really great, you call up the principal and you tell him, and, you know, I think it's important to be more positive, especially, you know, on social media. If you're on there and you want to say positive things about the school, I think that really helps a lot. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
One of the things that I like to do in my classroom is to make positive phone calls. I don't like the only time I call home is when there's an issue or a problem. I like to make those positive phone calls, and I of course teach second grade, and it's a big deal for the kids to make the phone call. So I will often say, "You did a great job on this today, really huge improvement. Let's call your mom or dad."
Oh, that's sweet.
And the kids get to make that
Yeah.
phone call, and I'll say to the parent as soon as they come on the phone, "I just want you to know there's not a problem, but I want you to know that your child's really excited about something." So
fantastic.
it makes everyone feel great.
Yeah, so when we're talking about parent involvement, I think maybe kind of changing that term would even be valuable. Like, it's parent, school, teacher partnership.
Absolutely.
It's not just getting in the buildings,
Right.
helping in the classrooms. It's
Right.
like the whole shebang, right? The whole,
Yes,
just
it is.
relationship, positivity, open communication on
Right.
both ends. That's awesome. Okay. So you mentioned future events coming up. You guys just wrapped up parent-teacher conferences here.
Yes.
Their parent-teacher conferences are at the high school next week. You guys have Fall Fun Fest on Thursday.
Thursday the 25th. Yep.
Okay. And that'll be a fun event for people to come
It's a
out.
great event. You know, we have a lot of people. We don't provide, but we have a person here, a hot dog man from Home Depot, and he sells hot dogs and chips and pops, so everybody can come. Because a lot of times when you have these events, you don't know, do we eat before, do we eat after? Well, now you can come and you can eat, and we have, you know, tables set up, so it's kind of, you can, you know, sit with your neighbors.
And the activities of this one,
And yes,
they
we have
are
our pie eating contest. We have tractor rides. We sell pumpkins at a pumpkin patch. and-
but most of the events are free.
oh yes, and this event is free.
So this is really, really a fun one for the kids.
Yeah.
There's so much to do, and we are looking very forward to it.
Yes.
Fantastic. Anything else to add on the topic?
I don't think so.
No.
Of course, keep your ears open we do our North Pole Night
Yes.
in December, so that will be coming up as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a big
And you
one
guys
too.
are taking donations for
We are
silent auction?
taking from small businesses. You know, if you have a link to somebody that owns a small business in town that would like to donate something for our silent auction, it's a really profitable event for us.
And those are funds that funnel right back into
Right back into the
classrooms.
classrooms.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all of it. Mhm.
Fantastic. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Our first Diving Deeper Facebook Live. Thank you to Lindsay and Kathy for joining us. I think that was a great conversation. Continue to have the conversation. If you guys have comments, questions, any ideas, feel free to put those in the comments below. We'll pass them on to the people that need to hear them. And otherwise, we will be back next Friday with Mr. DeKaiser's News and Notes blog. And that's about it. Everyone have a wonderful Friday, and thanks
Go
again for
green!
She had to do that.
Thank you for your support, and we hope to see more of you here.
Yeah.
All right, have a good day, guys.
Bye.